Hi humans, it's still Hannah with another mini little book haul, but these are specifically from two independent bookstores. One of them is in Egypt, and the other I bought from Lyon in France. It's a city a little south of France, and I found the loveliest little independent bookstore there, and it's called Damn Fine Bookstore. This is the little bookmark the nice lady at the store gave me. This is like, their packaging is just really simple and cute. It's just their logo. And it's like a little woman coming out of a coffee cup. Like she's steamed, but she's reading a book. It's so sweet. And I was trying so hard when I was in France. Like I went into Shakespeare & Co. and I got nothing. And I was actually looking for Assembly by Natasha Brown, which I couldn't find. However, by my hotel in Lyon, there was this bookstore like right down the street. I actually wanted to get I Feel Bad About My Neck by Nora Ephron, which I found there, but the only book that was available, it was only one copy that was available, and it had like a scratch, and I'm annoying, so I didn't get that. However, I did order that book online, and it's basically like a nonfiction by Nora Ephron, and I think it's about like female insecurities and things like that. But when I read a few lines of it, I was like, this is really funny. Like I knew Nora Ephron would be an author that I vibed with, but I was just so excited, so I ordered it. But what I did get when I was actually in the store first is The Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Mariana Enriquez. And this is a book that I've been wanting to read for a really long time, and I've been wanting to read this year as well. So I don't think I'll read this in the summer. It feels like a fall book because it's a little bit horror-ish. Just a collection of short stories, and they're all meant to be a little weird and a little spooky, I think, or a little creepy. The back says, "Welcome to Buenos Aires, a place," am I saying that right? I hope I am. "A place of nightmares and twisted imaginings, where missing children come back from the dead and unearthed bones carry terrible curses. Thrumming with murderous intentions, family betrayals, and morbid desires, these stories shine a light on a violent city gripped by urban madness, giving voice to the lost, the oppressed, and the forgotten. Lucid and darkly poetic, unsettling, and otherworldly, these tales of revenge, witchcraft, and fetishes are a masterpiece of contemporary Gothic and a bewitching exploration of the dark inclinations that threaten to lead us over the edge." Yeah, this is absolutely an October read. Like, not just any fall month, October specifically. And then the next book is actually, I think, a winter read, and it is Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. And I've actually been also wanting to read Foster by Claire Keegan. Jack Edwards has been screaming this woman's name at the top of his lungs, and I'm interested. And I also checked the Goodreads because I don't know, like I don't think Jack's but like I love listening to him talk about books, but I also recognize that our book tastes don't always vibe. But sometimes I'm like, actually, yeah, I'd read that. Thing is, I'd read anything he talks about because he talks about books really well, so he makes you want to read them. But then like sometimes I'd read the book and I'm like, what? Like Before the Coffee Gets Cold, he loves that book, and I'm just like, no, I read it. No. Anyway, completely off topic, but I don't fully remember what this is about, even though I just bought this like last week and I read the synopsis. But I think it's like about a guy with like a really dull job, and there it is. So it's 1985 in an Irish town during the weeks leading up to Christmas. Bill Furlong, a coal and timber merchant, yes, faces his busiest season. As he goes around the houses making deliveries, he feels the past rising up to meet him and encounters the complicit silences of a small community controlled by the church. So yeah, that's why I said it was wintry, because it was like in the days leading up to Christmas. And I remembered it being about like a small town and what is normalized in said small town. But yeah, it's a really tiny book, and I think it would be nice to, actually I know it would be nice to break up my heavy fantasy reading in the fall and the winter with contemporary and some short stories. I love short stories because you can just like, if you want to read a little bit before bed, but you're too afraid to get too gripped in an intense plot, which is a fear of mine because sometimes I just end up reading for a little too long than I want to. So picking up a short story or a poem before I sleep actually really helps. So weird reading hack there. But next is the little book order that I got from Cherry Blossom Books, which is one of my 2 favorite bookstores in Egypt. The other one being the Book Spot. These are 2 independent online bookstores, but they both have actual stores as well that you can go visit. And they always have really great selections. And the Book Spot still does special orders every now and then. Cherry Blossom Books used to. I don't think they do anymore. I think it was too much of a hassle for them. But I love both. I love both bookstores, and I highly recommend them. And the people that work there that own the bookstores and stuff are really sweet. So I actually wanted more books from Cherry Blossom Books, but whenever they do a shop update, it's like the Hunger Games, so website's crashing and everything just sells out in front of your eyes. It's madness. And I actually missed the release, and I ended up purchasing books the next day. I think it like released overnight, and I bought it in the day after, which was sad. But it's okay because I got, I'd say the most important ones. It's fine. I'm fine. Yellow Vase by R.F. Kuang. Obviously, it was really high on the list. I really, really wanted to read this. I've read, I feel like R.F. Kuang is slowly, not even slowly actually, she's really on top of it. Like just marking her way, her territory through different genres, like from going from like a heavy fantasy to like, or like a heavy historical fantasy even, which was really grim and gruesome, to a slightly fantasy touched dark academia, to a contemporary, you know what, that kind of has dark academia elements now that I think about it. But if you don't know what this book's about, it's about kind of racism and prejudice in the publishing world. I'm intrigued. I love her writing, and I think she could write anything. So I'm really excited for that. And then the next one is Lachlan's by Robert Jackson Bennett, which I don't tend to buy books. So this is book 3 in a series, right? And I don't tend to buy books 3 before I read book 2. I actually have book 2 on me right here. And now that I'm touching these side by side, oh, they're not. No. No, they're by the same publisher, so why are they different sizes and different textures? Oh god, I really hate when this happens. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. That's actually really upsetting. Like, super upset. It's fine. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Basically, I don't buy books 3 before I read book 2, but I am about to start book 2, and oh my god, this is so annoying. I'm so pissed. So I'm about to start book 2, and I really didn't want to wait forever before I got my hands on book 3, and I knew that if I waited too long, then someone, like, they would run out of stock. Cherry Blossom Books would run out of stock because it's in Egypt. They don't have as quick access to books, like English books, because to us these are international books, right? So they have to like import them and stuff, and it's a bit of a pain. I might actually cry later today. I need to stop being so dramatic, but it actually is really upset. This is so upset. Okay. Anyway, these are the 2 little book hauls that I had, and I thought it would actually be really fun to just separate the independent ones. I showed you this one's bookmark, Damn Fine Bookstore's bookmark, and this is the Cherry Blossom Books bookmark. It's Stranger Things themed, and they had another one with my last book order. For this year, it's Stranger Things themed. Every year they create a different theme, and they also create a calendar that complements the bookmarks. It's really cute. But the one that I had, so these are Dustin and his girlfriend, I believe. And the one that I had last time, the one that I got last time, was of 11 and some Eggos. So they're really cute. I'm not, like, I understand that not everyone can afford independent bookstores, and I think a balance is cool. Like, sometimes if you just really want the books and you don't have too much money to spend, I personally think it's fine. You can put that Amazon order, but I think it's also nice to balance things out. If you can also support independent bookstores, that would be cool. And honestly, like, damn fine bookstores prices are insane. Like, I was actually really surprised. I was expecting a lot more than the prices that I was getting. So their prices, if you're in Lyon, or I'm pretty sure they deliver all over France. I don't know if they deliver internationally. I actually want to reach out and ask. I found their Instagram. With Cherry Blossom Books and the Book Spot, their prices are also really, really great, especially considering the fact that they have to import them to the Middle East, which should actually have a much higher markup, and does in other countries. But for these two bookstores, honestly, like, I would honestly highly recommend them. But anyway, let me know if you read any of them, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because that really helps me out a lot. And if you want more content, you click either video on the screen, and I'll see you in the next one.